What a hectic high ground there. Look at that setup from Full English. Who's going to be able to challenge that? Only if we've got the crypto EMPs coming out. And look, PassionUA, they've got one online. The only other crypto left alive is, of course, on Full English themselves with noises.
In here too, Full English looking to the sky. Falling bodies, literally. Don't know where they're going. Zanya is able to get a knock off the caustic gas, but it's Full English that have to hold the ground here. Oh, they were waiting by the build. Okay. From the oob and then dropping down eventually, but it does take some time to get your weapon out after some of the oob changes. 40% worse do get called out from playing underneath the bridge side. Full English are now trying to hold back this team, trying to cross this bridge while there's a Moby right below their feet to give them some extra cover. Passion get eliminated. 4 squads now left in this lobby. It's Go Next, Redragon, Full English, and Made in Heaven.
Made in Heaven, they had that building to the right to themselves for quite a long time, where the other teams on the left, as we said, it was just a full traffic jam over there, but no one has been able to challenge this position from Full English. But now it finally gets pushed out. They have to start doing it the hard way as they move in.
Full English are in the god spot right now. Here comes the EMP as they drop down and take 2 different angles. Fight the team that's playing off the low ground. No knockdown shield could save you here. As Full English, what a positioning. Even from Noises having the height, taking a different split angle, and they absolutely wipe out the rest of the lobby and take game number 1. One of the teams that we highlighted that needed to have a pop-off game since they...
I've got to imagine that PassionUA have one of the better positions with the high ground that should last them a little bit longer into the zone. The biggest problem for both OMIT and PassionUA is Redragon. So a lot of pressure is being focused on the northeastern side of the ring. Redragon, in fact, having already lost one, and now with the zone closing in on them, these 13 kills have gotten them a lot of points. It may not be that many more.
Losing someone there, incredibly unfortunate here as OMIT try and finish this one off. Now, they've taken a little bite, but they want some more.
Committing an ult for this does mean that OMIT can't effectively fight PassionUA on the high ground. Second scan comes in, but just a few seconds longer are left on OMIT's cooldown. Max Drake, though, commits onto the low ground and into the EVA. We talked about this. Light rips through them, and OMIT start to turn the fight. Blast has 1 HP left and will not survive the ensuing chaos as a few shots come in from below, and from below, you know Passion are coming in for the third party and coming in for the win.
Yeah, I agree. The rock is looking pretty good. Okay, I guess it could come a lot down to, you know, the team comps we've got coming out of these players as well, right? With Haraka, you know, does he have the EMP available is a big question here. And then, of course, for Phoenix and Tolkien, do they have their gas grenades ready to go? You can see the placement of that pylon over there from LCDF. Will they be able to find another spot to try and eat one of those caustic ultimates? I'd say unlikely, but you never know.
Gonna have to see. I like how you talk about the win conditions here too, especially with double caustic from Go Next, Forge, 2 reps with controller that could just immediately delete those barrels. See how they try to play this from Forge playing still on the high ground here, but the circle closing in, taking some of that damage, having to pop that shield cell here. Has that Nox grenade ready. None of these teams committing yet first.
I mean, maybe even the Bloodhounds here, Vicky, have, you know, which ultimate, level 3 upgrade have they gone for? If they go for Taste of Blood, all of a sudden you're getting those extra 25s when you get the Nox, as you see some incredible Arc Stars putting Go Next in a horrible position here.
Oh, but 2R1C, see the EMP go out, see that they're hiding inside that corner, try to close in the gap, sends the nade up into the sky, avoids the Arc Star here while they are able to find Bambino. Go Next, get eliminated. Our final 2 squads, that's 2 rats, 1 controller, in a field of Nox gas. Take it with the Prowler in hand and a heavy frag game at that. Missy just went crazy with 7 KP at the very end just by themselves. Oh, the bait with the Moby right there too. Taking a little bit of height. I think if he gets on the lip by the vent.
If they can't
See how they
climb
try to
this,
wrap
this
around.
whole game changes. If 2R1C can't actually do anything from the low ground, then suddenly they have to move on Vex, which is a very different situation. In fact, they're already looking to do it, having decided they can't make the climb. This opens things up for Made in Heaven. This completely erases what we said about Blue Shields. If two other squads are fighting, committing hard onto each other, Made in Heaven should be able to walk in.
Yeah, they don't even need to care about the different Evo advantage, but Clemmy understanding that has to look on the other side. The smoke nades have been called in from both angles, while Vex are keeping an eye from their 6 and in front of them, where 2R1C are trying to contest them to wrap around the building. Only 2 Kraber shots left. Oh! The hipfire shots come in, but the wingman shots ring out and are able to still get another knock. He can't climb from that angle. Made in Heaven have the W presented to them on a silver platter, but they drop down. They give up height, and they're taking the ring damage.
No way, right? Surely no way that this goes wrong. Made in Heaven do clinch the win, but man, did it look doubtful for a long time.
Well, Froge try to clear some more open ground while Aurora are busy on the other side.
Okay, Aurora trying to clear them out, but they're not keeping they're keeping one eye on OMIT as we get down into the final 3v3 here. OMIT, they took that position away from Made in Heaven with 85% representation of Bloodhound in this lobby. They were gonna get that scan and that information at some point. Can they convert it to a game win, though, is the question we're now left with.
And the difference in conk here is the Catalyst versus the Lifeline from Hard Decky, but 9 Impulse and Ring have had one heck of a game. I mean, look at 9 Impulse, 6 KP. Believe Rain is right there matched alongside him. They do get the crack originally, now closing in the gap to try to isolate Blast, who's on the other side of the rock. They fully try to collapse here, but now trying to overcommit. They get another knock in the process earlier on right before this. Trying to see if they can get the follow-up here, get the knock onto Blast right now. That means that your Catalyst is down. You don't get those temporary shields for this final fight. They lose out on Rain, and Hard Decky can't get the res.
Oh, they've completely swapped positions. That bang ult forced them out, and then Aurora were just chasing them around in circles. But finally...
And that's the risk when you're stuck in a corner looking at a team that knows where you've been the entire rest of the game. But look at these smoke nades on every corner as PassionUA are in trouble. Lose out on Max Strafe, even with the wingman in hand. I have the high ground here. L-Star from Sonya, but doesn't look over behind them. Drops right in front of the Caustic, and PassionUA get eliminated. Outplayed with the game of their lives here, still having the high ground.
2 rats, 1 controller, though. They're fighting Aurora right now for the bottom side of this. It's most likely a fight for second place. As you can see, 2R1C down to just the one last member. ANC outplayed, should easily be out to close this out. The EMP is not enough to save them, and very different to some of our other circles and even POIs where we see these end games play out, Vicky. The stairs don't look like your typical power positions.
But if Sentinels can survive even 2 more spots in this game, they will have had one of the biggest games for them of the season.
Gotta put some respect on RKN's name out here, putting himself on the board with changing up this composition, welcoming Season 20. XSET drop from the high ground. There's another team of mine that I wanted to watch. Sends out the Nox nade. Fun. I'm not too sure if that nade actually just bounced off his teammate's back, but Koifo is going crazy with this Volt. He needs energy ammo. He needs to rotate into that next circle. He can't get the res. And Oblivion now moving while getting shot from behind, turning their entire backs to Native, who scoop up the remaining kills.
We are just giving away kill after kill after kill. Native have survived up until the top 3, but they will not make it any further. Having made a trade with Oversleepers, you know who that's given it to. It's the team that took the open ground early in the game. It's the team that duped Oxygen out of Landslide. It's drop-in gaming. Somehow on the low ground, DSG have survived. There we go, Oxygen are out. FURIA are still up. And that's going to make our top 3 teams make it. Perhaps our top 2, because Funk has connected with enough shots that LG could probably drop down on the Thermite and take out FURIA, should they desire.
And if you wonder why LG is sitting in 3rd place right now overall, while this team is a team we're speaking of in such high regard, even though it's expected whatever Sweet is doing, Slayer and Funk, they have put together just a roster that matters, and they have made it to this final 3 on high ground with really not a lot of contest.
Look at the evac right behind LG. This is the biggest problem. The chance for Disguised to come up and take this game away from the Sweet has rightfully refocused, but does not have the shields. Unfortunately, Disguised get gunned out of the sky. Designful never places the exit portal, and there's now no safe way up.
No disguise for that one. He was plain in sight, and I think that's the problem. How do you get up from here? It's been the issue. They landed, but they didn't move fast enough during it. In one way, it's got him a top 3, but in another way, it's a nearly impossible situation to win as such a good player. 6 kills so far for LG. They're looking to add maybe 4 more here if they take care of this solo or this FURIA squad.
LG are actually taking this fight. They could go out in 3rd, and right now it's looking like they will. And at the same time, Timmy somehow crests the hill. It's crazy, and it should never have worked. But Disguised pick up a 2nd place finish off of this. Madness even dropping down just to finish the kill to collect 1 more KP is going to be unable to do it, giving another point to Disguised. It looks ludicrous, Rain Day, but this play from Disguised to survive until 2nd place is so massive, and it is an unforced error from LG.
What a moment. FURIA takes it, and we were surprised there. They caught us looking left.
Unfortunately, that's just how it goes sometimes. It does mean that we're down to 3 squads, and hey, we've talked up Gaiman Gladiators so much during the course of this game. Let's see how they can navigate this, with GKS being the only other 3-person team available. LG are still operating as a duo, but if you can just take a few chunks out of GKS, LG could open things up for Gaiman Gladiators to walk in.
They're taken to the skies. They are trying to line on the side of the map that they know nobody else is on. Wait, I love this. They have now put themselves in a better spot to potentially 3rd party. Last 2 squads left. GKS get eliminated. Gaiman Gladiators, Louis falling low. They try to swap places here, and Gaiman Gladiators take out the duo that was left of LG, but that was still big because LG was able to finish in that 2nd place spot.
Yeah.
But the Bangle could provide that pressure, and they up on this high ground here, and it's going to provide pressure onto FURIA, who are neighboring that side, who are getting sent on by another team.
That TSM having a chance to go up, they do. Skyward dive in the air is Hal, Verholz, and Reps. Where they will land, no one knows quite yet, but we know FURIA is on the ground. 2nd place, going back and forth, ping-ponging between them and Disguised. But FURIA loses 1, and they lose 2, and they lose 3. Keon is out, and FURIA is out as well with 5 squads left.
And that was with TSM landing right on top of that fight. What? The green light, while keeping their backs cleared out from Moist that could shoot at them. They have to hug the wall.
Look at this, TSM, there's a Cossack ultimate, and that is just going to take away all of the area they wanted to play. Moist still, I think, in the best position here because they've been on height, and they've got cover, and no one can push them at all. TSM, I think, trying to go get KP, realizing it might be too much of an uphill battle to really contest against Moist, but it's Meat Lovers, TSM, and Moist in our final 3 as Gildersons looks to move down.
You don't need a Digi. You don't need a Turbo. You got the Havoc here. And you're clearing up this space. He doesn't even have the knock stain. Waltzy doesn't even have the Beast of the Hunt. They're just frying everybody with these energy weapons. And from Pride, Rock slides down Moist to take game number 4 on Stormpoint. Just a Gargoyle hanging out on the high ground before he's forced to drop down. See the team right in front of them. No Turbo on the Havoc. He gets beamed, having to hide behind the fence line to his left. So we TSM that know exactly the squad that's hanging out on the other side. Call in a Moby for what it looks like here for some extra cover. It's going to be crucial with all these teams looking at TSM here. Black Hole activated, and 9 Lions actually trying to call in. They actually trying to push on TSM. This could grief both of these teams and be the green light for FURIA.
There are so few Horizons in the lobby, but just the last one standing ruins TSM's game. 9 Lies take them out. Well, they've got a bit of cover themselves. Don't have the manpower to fight. Instead, FURIA down to just 1 is going to make this a real chaotic endgame. Watson popping a bat behind knockdown shields. Left to attempt a 3rd party off of the back of this. Gets the shield back, immediately drops them again in a 2 versus 1 scenario. And the melee is going to be enough as 9 Lies go down. Watson comes in the final 1v1, and Watson clutches game 5 for FURIA.
Are you kidding me?
Gaiman Gladiators are gone. And GKS take the next Caltrops, the next bit of cover that they've got. Not a whole lot to their name, but no team has real good positioning outside of XSET, who run this lobby right now. Red shields on Nocturnal, and they manage everyone. Be it Oblivion, be it Drop-In, be it GKS, nobody can step up to, oh my lord, XSET! Sorcerer throws in a couple good nades, Oblivion go down, but again, still beamed from afar. We're down to the top 3 squads, and XSET are just gonna walk in and take this. XSET have no competition in the last game. XSET are your Lisan Al-Gaib, taking the final match of the day and securing themselves a good spot in the overall leaderboards.
From the calling to the vision, they saw where that circle was gonna pull.